everyone, it's Jazz. It's the West Ham Irons channel. So I thought I'd do a video. It's been a while. It's been a number of days since I've done a show. Just been busy at work. Started a new job. About to go to another corporate event in the afternoon. So I might look a bit more slicker and smoother than kind of normally. So I hope everyone's well. And basically, yeah, just wanted to do another episode of my Viewpoint, really, to share my sort of end of season quick summary of how I feel we've done, where we finished, and that kind of thing. And then we'll move on to sort of some of the seasonal summer transfer window rumor mill that's gone mad already, to discuss some of the stories out there at the moment. So that kind of thing, really. And hopefully you'll join me in the comments if you can. I know it's kind of early, middle of the day, so I know a lot of you guys are probably at work and I didn't give much notice. But before I start, I wanted to thank everyone for their support, really, for this channel, which I think started in around January. And in 5 months, we've grown to an extraordinary level. I don't like to share the number of subscribers I've got, but let me let you guys know that I'm very, very happy where we are. We've done really, really well, and I'm glad that we got a good loyal following. A lot of the shows have broken records. We've gone as high as 6K. Some of the videos 4K, loads of 2Ks. The last two shows I think nearly hit 1K. So we couldn't have done. I mean, I couldn't have done any of this without you guys and my great lot of my good friends and network that I like to have on this. I hope you've enjoyed listening to all the guests we've had, and hopefully I'll tap into a little bit more new people over the summer and do more shows myself, really. And I'll bring the Hammer history back in as well. So no games to talk about. So I'll certainly make an effort to go out there and make some really interesting Hammer history videos, like the Green Street one we done, and some other ideas I've got, really. So I wanted to, yeah, just before I start, thank everyone for their support and continue supporting me. And we'll see where this channel takes us, really. So first of all, yeah, I wanted to share where we finished last season, really. So I'm just going to share my screen with you guys. And where are we? There we go. So this is where we finished last season. As you can see, yeah, it was 6th place, 65 points, which gave us Europa. And as you can see, painfully, yeah, we missed out on Champions League football by 3 points, largely due to, once again, not having a squad big enough, really. And you remember the Rice injury that cost us big. But then, having thought about it, I think Lingard coming in was a huge impact signing. So you saw the two things that really David Moyes and West Ham should have fixed looking at this. One is the squad's not big enough. And look, a couple of more bodies in January and we could have got there. Second point to remember, if you sign someone in January, look at the difference they make. I mean, Spurs signed Kloveski, I think it was, made a big difference for them. And one or two other clubs, Arsenal spent 100, 120 million. So they nearly got in the top 4. And we didn't buy anyone. And that's the thing, you know. And I mean, what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly put on where we finished. Yeah. So you can see David Moyes can complain as much as he wants. I saw this coming in January. So did a lot of you. I mean, I don't know why he didn't really learn from last season and at least buy better in the summer. It's two stories, really. We only, apart from Zuma, didn't really buy anyone that hit the ground running, could actually challenge the 11 we had in the team. So 1 or 2 years, we've only had Zuma to come in, and that's really not good enough. You look at, I mean, I know you'll say Villa wasted money and Newcastle, we don't know what they're going to do, but new manager Newcastle since Christmas, one of the top teams on form. If you look at it, Villa, okay, they're up and down in terms of management and what they buy. But the good thing about Villa, they don't sit back and sort of think like, oh, Haller's messed up, we're not going to buy any striker for 2 years. They go again and they're being linked, and they've already bought sort of the guy from Marseille that I think we were heavily linked with, free transfer. They didn't waste any time. So I think what we've got to learn is the first thing is finishing 7th. It's good in terms of consistency. 6th and 7th, we're not used to it as West Ham fans. So first of all, I want to say that that's really good, and we should carry on looking, you know, in those European positions at a minimum. So for me, I think we've got them. What we should have really done as a minimum, I think, we were all thinking 7th or 8th, and the reason for that is, yeah, squad wasn't big enough, and don't forget we got to the semi-finals of the Europa, and that was an extra burden, a lot of games for the squad, really. So yeah, we should have got Europa, but that's 2 points missed out this season, 2 points Champions League last season. The worry for me is you keep playing the same squad week in, week out. You're going to lose some players to transfers, Rice, Bowen, people like that, if you don't really hit the win anything or go into the Europa at a minimum. And then, yeah, you don't want to lose a dressing room or players to get injuries because they're just playing too many games, not being sort of rotated as such, really. So, yeah, it is what it is. And I think, thankfully, I mean, I don't want to even think about if we'd finished eighth. That would have been a really, really terrible for us. And the other thing is, obviously, Europa, I think, was very, very winnable. When you look at, with respect to Rangers, Frankfurt, I think we were better than them. But for a lot of reasons out of your hands, Bowen hitting the bar, is it in Eintracht Frankfurt's, is their name on the cup? I did believe that from that time. 51 seconds, you can't concede. Krezi, you can't get sent off in 2 rounds, mate. So, again, I think that it's just a mixture of not signing good quality players that could have helped us in the later stages. Because I kept saying that what's so great about Liverpool, City, Chelsea is squad. I mean, they might have a 10, 20, 30 million player on the bench who hardly plays all year. But when we get into March, when people get tired, you get knocks, you into the latter stages of the cups, people like Origi will come off the bench and score that goal that will win you the league, European Cup, finish in the table year after. That's the difference. We didn't have anyone. And it was just driving me nuts looking at that bare bench, really, So a lot of issues to be sorted out. So for me, it's okay, but we need to buy much, much better. And because of 2-3 week windows, we are lagging behind in terms of squad numbers. So we don't know what our budget is, what we're going to have to fill those empty spots, really. So that's kind of my view. That did okay, bare minimum, got European again, but just missing out again on what we wanted in terms of the semi-final and sort of Europa spot. This is our 3rd season next season. I'm hoping David Moyes, please, he learns, he buys someone and really helps us there, really. So that's kind of my view on that. The other thing I wanted to go through was very quickly in summary. I know a lot of the other channels have spoken a lot about who they want in, who they want out. I mean, I'm very black and white. I go, I don't mess around in what I believe in. So I'm going to quickly go through our squad and who should stay, who should remain, and who's probably on the way out. So Areola, for me, should be given another chance. He should have really have stayed in the squad, I think. After the Sevilla performance, he should have been given a run in the league, but he didn't. So for me, Areola in, and hopefully grab maybe someone like Sam Johnston on a free. If he's a free, grab him. At least we got good choices then, good ages. Pope, I love Pope at Burnley, but I don't think we've got a budget to go in and what they probably want us to. But Pope is ideal for me, and Areola is not too bad either. Fabianski, you know what I think about him. I don't want him at the club next season. He's done very, very well for us, but he's been on the gradual decline. By that I mean, if you're 10th and below, he's okay. But when you're top 4, top 6, quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals of cups, these players show you up in kind of a bit of a negative manner, really, for me. And you saw that in the last game of the season as well, I think. So Fabianski out, Randolph out for me. David Martin, I think he's going to be ambassador, so out for me. Zuma, what a great signing. Hopefully his court case, it kind of just finishes for him and we start the new season and he can deal with it, learn from it, pay the fine, whatever, and we move forward, really. Zuma, absolutely amazing signing. What I call one of the 3 cornerstones of our team for our future, alongside Rice and Bowen, really. Rice, Bowen and Zuma are our 3 super players that we need to build around, really. Great age, 27, fantastic signing. Dupe, I'm not sure with Dupe. It's 50-50. It depends on if we get a good offer or not, really, for me. So that's where it is with me, with him. I don't know. We can't seem to have a good run of games for him in terms of either injury or form. And you can't really carry a player like that who you don't know what you're going to get. So for me, bit undecided on him, depending on who comes in for him and who doesn't. And if doesn't, then I'll be kind of okay for him to join the squad. Whether he can play week in, week out, I'm not too sure. Dawson, great squad player. Keep him, been brilliant, 2-3 million, what a bargain. But for me, don't want to play him every game. And again, if you've got a bit of pace and you run at him, he struggles, he'll pull you down, he's in the wrong starting position. As a leader, as a kind of set piece defender, from corners, free kicks, brilliant. But when you got a bit of pace and you run at him, he kind of gets lost a bit and tends to give away free kicks and penalties, as we've seen. Oggy, yeah, leave him in there, but don't, yeah, 34, so no need to extend any contract. And that's when the season for me went downhill, when Oggy got injured. Around the Liverpool game is when it all went downhill. So up to that point, we were beating everyone, third in the league, looking superb. So hopefully he'll come back. Masuaku, out for me. Hopefully get some money back for him, so I don't need to go into that. Krezi, for me, sorry, out for me. A fullback who doesn't go to the byline, will not take on anyone, hates defending, so when there's a defender ahead of him and you normally get someone who go down the byline like Kafal, he just checks back and passes the ball sideways or back. In terms of defending, he tucks in and lets Fornells sort of, I don't want none of it, and you go and defend, so what are we picking him for? The odd free kick and corner here and there. So not for me. I don't think physically he's the one we need for top 4, top 6 finish, I think. So again, he hasn't matched last season. So Krezi out for me, or on the bench, I'll be okay with that. Kafal, leave him in there. He's 29. I don't think we're going to get much more money for him, but given the benefit of the doubt, he's been injured in and out this season. Not quite, again, like Krezi matched the first season, so leave him in there. Ben Johnson, I'm not sure about him. There's a lot of things with him. I know he's been messed about, but I'm always left back, right back, left back. Doesn't help. Doesn't get a run of games. So I can't really judge him, to be fair. He's 22. I'll be up for putting him on loan, or perhaps give him till Christmas and see if he beds his name. I mean, there's things about him not signing a contract. So Ben, yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on. Again, if someone comes in with a silly bid, I'm not sure. Maybe you should consider it. But I don't think he can carry on the way last season in terms of in and out, left back, right back. He needs to cement his place in the team, or certainly know if his future's there or not for me. Fredericks, no chance, get out. Championship class, one of the worst fullbacks I've seen in ages. Got no intelligence, can't cross the ball. If there even was just one of our players in the box on his own, he'd find the other defender from the other team. We can't cross. Got pace to burn, but what's the point if you haven't got the ball hardly at your feet, really? Declan, one more season, I think, at least we got from him. So absolutely brilliant. Never seen him have a poorer game than 7 out of 10. One of the best players I've ever seen play for us. So keep him and really, really, make him happy. Let's win something for him next season. And obviously he's a captain after Noble's departure, really. Souček, again, controversial for me. Not good enough. I watch him constantly and he just runs around, barely tackles, barely does anything else. And I think I'll come into a bit later on, obviously, Ward-Prowse, but that's the one I've always shouted for all season if you watch my shows. Souček, I don't think we can afford him to be on the bench. So don't be surprised if he's on the move alongside one other player I'm going to talk about. So Souček, for me, I'll get rid of him and get someone like Ward-Prowse in, really, who can offer much, much more in that position and help out Declan a lot more, really, and that kind of thing. Krell, completely, what can I say about him? Complete waste of a transfer. If you look at the loan fee, the transfer, sort of the wages, you're looking at 10, 15 million plus that we've wasted on him. So David Moyes needs to, again, look at himself and say, okay, we can blame the board, but you bringing in him and Vlasic, which I'm going to go into in a minute, how much money's gone down the drain? Absolutely joke. Noble, yeah, obviously he's in the way. Hopefully he'll come back in an ambassador or something around the club. His influence, especially on Rice, is all there for everyone to see. So we cannot afford for this man to be away from the club. We need him. We need him there, really. Vlasic, I don't see anything in this guy. Doesn't take on anyone, doesn't score anything, doesn't set anything up. The only good thing is he's got good strength. He keeps the ball, doesn't lose it a lot. But for 20, 30 million, I expect a lot more. It's been a complete joke of a season for him. Fornells, he's beginning to worry me a bit now. I think that Liverpool game is the one he's hanging on, and we're all okay. I know he's not a winger, but then is he like Joel Cole, where we don't know where he fits in? He's not really CDM. Can't really play in the middle as a creative player. He's not a winger. One thing I'd give him is 26. I'd keep him in the squad, but he's beginning to worry me now. Again, when you're hitting those heights, top 4, top 6, latter stages of cups, is he going to do anything? He hasn't. So, a bit worrying end for him. Lanzini, not really done anything for me. Again, he's one of David Moyes' favourites, which worries me, but too lightweight, gets physically put out of a lot of the matches. So for me, Lanzini, I mean, you're not going to get any money for him. He's settled around the area. Keep him ticking along, but wouldn't rely on him on a lot of games, really. Benrahma, another interesting one like Souček for me. I would sell him. I think when you look at him in big games, I don't think he does enough. Okay, done great against was it Norwich and things like that. But when you need someone in quarterfinal, semi-final, top 6 games where we're at, I don't think he can influence the game. And then I don't think him and David Moyes are not really clicking together. And he's one of the few players like Vlasic and Souček who can get some money back for. So I'll be willing to listen to offers for him, really, and especially because we link with Lingard again and see how that goes, really. So again, it's all about, I don't know what our budget is, but yeah, if you selling Souček to buy Ward-Prowse, cut your losses on Vlasic, because there's people like Vlasic and Van Raal are no good to us on the bench. We don't really have that much money that we can afford that. So whoever we can sell for money, sell them, fill up the coffers, and let's go again. And let's buy again quality, not quantity, buy quality like Zuma, who can hopefully slot straight into that 11 team, really. Bowen, one of the 3 kings of the team, alongside sort of Declan Rice and Zuma for me. Hit the England squad, so that'll make his value go up even more. 25. Filled in admirably up front for David Moyes, really helped him out. Because otherwise David Moyes would have been in a really, really sticky position. So, yeah, let's keep him there. And let's try to, like Antonio, play him in that 3 behind the 1. So buy a proper striker. Then you can put Antonio, Bowen, 1 or 2 others behind the striker. And that'll really be his good position, really. But, yeah, good, great player. I can run all day for Yarmolenko. Didn't really do it for us, so good luck in your next club. I know he's a genuinely nice guy, but really on the wages he's at, which are rumoured to be 125k, not for me. Antonio frustrated the crap out of me, but then who else could I shout at? I know he's not a striker. He wanted help in January, but well done on not being injured. But in terms of finishing, I think your confidence is completely gone. Very good at holding it up, but you could tell he didn't want to be up front. He didn't really want to be even put through on goal. He's like, give it to Bayern, or rather you do it. So, yeah, let's put him in the team. Obviously, keep him 32, but don't play him up front, really. So that's my quick thing on that one. If we move into the transfer mill now. So let's have a look at this player, Naif Ogard. So he's Moroccan. He's 26. He's 6'3". He plays for Rennes in France. I just want to see where Rennes finished this season. I always like to see like what kind of team they're playing for, they're coming from. And let's have a look like where they finished, because I know they're usually in some of the. Yeah, let's have a look at where they finished in the league. Let's have a look. Okay, so they finished 5th, right outside behind Marseille, but with a lot of so team-wise, they're not really that great, to be fair. They're kind of bunched in with from 5th to 10th. There's not much difference. You've got Nice, Saint Etienne, Bordeaux in there. So they're not quite on the level of Marseille, Lyon, Monaco, PSG, which is always a good kind of thing for me to look at, really. So if I look at his stats quickly, if I go into the transfer market, let me just punch in his name in there. Let's have a look. I think he played in the African nations and he looked quite good, really. So if you have a look at him, yeah, it's good age, 26 in March, 31 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists. He's very technically very good. He can pass from the back. He's quite aggressive. And I think that you're looking at 15 million. And I think this deal, I know you should never trust anything, but it looks like from my good friend, the X, that this could be close, because there's rumours of photos being taken with the shirt and he's in London for discussion. So again, hopefully if it gets this done, it's happened early in the window. It's what I wanted. It takes the pressure off the fans, pressure off the manager, the backroom team, that we've got one, because the longer that goes on, and then, we've seen windows where we actually don't buy anyone till 4 days to go, like last summer. It's not good for anyone. And the clubs that you're buying from know that, and they can raise the price and really stitch you up. So from what I've seen, bring him in. Hopefully he can complement Zuma. Being Moroccan, I think they speak French, so that's an excellent thing for us as well. I know sometimes it doesn't matter, but with especially Areola in there, that could be 3 French people in the back four with Dupe as well. So yeah, bring him in. We need people, we need squad, and I trust the backroom team to hopefully find someone without panicking. If we'd bought him with a week to go, I'd be more worried, like we've lost our targets. But if we're buying him at the beginning of the window, this is telling me that he's one of our hot targets high up on the list, and we're not panicking about losing 3. I know Milenkovic was also discussed last season, and they said there's a gentleman's agreement that he's going to sign for us. That's all gone quiet now, and he looks really good as well. So yeah, bringing another one in, that'd be really good for me. But in terms of who we should bring in numbers, I'm looking at around seven players. I'm looking at goalkeeper, looking at left back, right back, CDM, one striker at least, and one creative player to replace Benrahma, Lenzini, someone in the mold of Modric, Benyu, and Berkovic. Because so often in our rigid sort of 4-2-3-1, we don't look like breaking teams down sometimes. It's very flat. We don't have any ideas. And this is where you need that type of player. That I was hoping Benrahma would be, but it just hasn't happened for him, for one reason or another. Lanzini's not really done it either. Fornell's not really picked those passes either. So sometimes those 3-4 up front need help. And that's why if I come on to Ward-Prowse, let me just type his name in. This is the guy that I've been on about all season, fills me with such excitement. He's the one I've wanted because he's a CDM. I know Neves and Martini are going to be hard to get, but this boy here, he's 27. He's English. Hopefully, he's got a relationship with Rice. And I saw him in January, December in our sort of match. The boy can whip free kicks, corners, because our corners have been crap this season. Let's be fair. Our set pieces have been poor. Quasar's not been at it. Our corners have sometimes failed to even reach the first person. So penalties, no harm in having a penalty taker, especially with Noble gone, that you can rely on 90% to get it in there. And I think he'll be worth his weight in goal over the whole season, 27, 10 goals, bit of aggression in there, and him next to Declan Rice, pinging those balls into Bowen and Antonio. Get this deal done, but I doubt it. It's going to be a lot of money, but if we want to get where we want to get to and win things, he's kind of the one for me, really. If I go on to, I think the Lingard rumours have started again. For me, again, get the deal done. I know we've offered terms that are slightly lower than what he's after, really, but get the deal done. There's nothing to pay. He's 29, I think. Yeah, 29, 30 in December. He can play till another 3-4 years minimum. Get the deal done. Bring him in. Hopefully, I think he can do better than Benrahma. He's more confident. But having said that, I've heard rumours that he had an issue when he came last time. It is with Benrahma, I think. So that could make Benrahma's move away from the club sound more plausible. So if Lingard comes in, then I think Benrahma will probably leave because apparently the two don't get on, but I could be wrong. This is what I'm hearing. So bring him in, free transfer. And if you can bring Agard in, 15 million, two good players in who can hopefully get into the team, that's kind of what we want. One other player coming up is Dennis. I think he's a bit Marmite. He splits the fan base, really. Where's he gone? Emmanuel Dennis. Great age, 24, Nigeria, 10 goals. Struggled a lot, but then who wouldn't with Watford? I think that's where you got to look at it, a bit like Open Tony and Brentford until Ericsson came. Not quite happening for him. What I can say is what I saw of him in my own eyes at our ground at home. The boy didn't lose the ball in the whole of 90 minutes. He looked class above every other Watford player. Didn't lose the ball even when there's 3-4 of us around him. Kept his composure. A lot of skill there. Can't really tell what you can do up front because Watford gave him a deeper role. He was kind of sitting in the middle a lot, really. Maybe that's what they told him to do. But for me, if the deal's right, the money's right, there's no harm in bringing this boy in either, really. He keeps the ball, skillful, and I think in a better team, he can offer a lot more, certainly in terms of scoring goals, which he was doing up to Christmas, but then Watford's form kind of dwindled down a bit, really. So let me just close that for me. So that's kind of my summary, really, that we finished 7th, one position below last season, and let's learn, 2 seasons where we haven't quite done it enough in the market. Everyone else, the players have done their bit. The manager's been okay, but when it's been, not easy, but come on, the cherry on the cake, buy 2-3 players, and we should hopefully Europa. We would have been very close to winning it. We would have got Europa at a minimum. Don't forget when Oggy got injured, we were 3rd in the league. And if in January we bought those 2-3 players we needed, we could have gotten back at Arsenal and Spurs again. You just don't know. But certainly when we were fit, we were beating all these teams. We beat all of them last 2 seasons. So we're not scared of anyone. I don't think people like to play us. And at home, we're beginning a bit of a reputation now. And obviously in players like I mentioned, Zuma and Bowen and Rice, players that every other club would want, really. So yeah, learn, build, definitely start buying early. The signs are good. You know, if people are coming to the London to talk, that kind of thing happening, we're getting close, and I'll be over the moon if we can get 1 or 2 deals done early in the window. In terms of players at the moment, I want Ward-Prowse. I'm happy with Lingard. I'm happy with Areola, but bring in Sam Johnston as well, or Pope ideally, but I don't think we've got the money for Pope. I think we need to spend most of our kitty up front. I think it's going to be one striker, I've got a feeling, unless a really cheap one comes in. I think knowing David Moyes, because he feels that whether we agree or not, that Bone Antonio can help if you need it. So I think he's going to go for one that meets his criteria in terms of strength, holding it up, that kind of thing. Ivan Toney, I don't know. Ollie Watkins, I don't know. Villa are in the habit of buying and selling quickly. They don't really hang around. So it hasn't quite happened for Watkins there, and he does waste a lot of chances. So there's some player there, and then hopefully Moyes can coach him and we can bring the purchase price down a bit. I'll be all right with that. You know, the more British, the more Premiership experienced players, the better, really. So that's my summary for today. Hopefully I'll be doing a more regular. Hammer History will be back on. Transfer Talk is going to be coming back. We're going to do 1 or 2 other new things and bring new people into the channel, really. So yeah, pop me a message underneath, and I'll be changing platforms as well. So visually you'll be looking a lot different as well going forward, really. So always trying to improve things really in between what I do full time. So yeah, let's do better. Let's kick on again. Looks like we're going to keep all our good players, fingers crossed. Let's hit the market aggressively. And then, of course, all these new kits, leaking kits. So I'll discuss that in a couple of days as well. And let me know in the comments who you want to buy, really. And I'll keep it going every couple of days. And I know people don't like rumours, but if they're there, we'll talk about it. And if they're plausible, if we like them, what they can bring. So Agar, the Moroccan, yeah, bring him in. Good height, technically. Hopefully left foot, right foot works at West Ham with Zuma. Technically, yeah, and a good African Nations Cup, I believe. So he's got international pedigree. And I like tall centre back, 6'3". I think that's what David Moyes likes, and that's how people like Dawson out. You know, he's played far too many games, came in as a squad player, and then people got on his back already. So hope everyone has a great day. Come on, you Irons. Let's spend the money. Let's follow West Ham Irons channel, and let me know in the comments what you like, what you don't like. So yeah, God bless everyone. Have a great day. So take care.